Hello children, welcome back to your English class. Today we are going to start with lesson number 10 of your English grammar. The name of the lesson is the pronoun. Let's understand pronoun with the help of examples. Hazel is my friend. Hazel likes to read. Hazel has read many books. Hazel also writes books by Hazel. Now children, is there something wrong with these lines, these sentences? Yes, I think so. There is something that is repeating again and again. The word Hazel. So, the word Hazel, you can see that every sentence here, that every sentence I'm talking about is Hazel. So the subject that is being spoken about in these sentences is Hazel, right? But children, is there any other way that I can use some other words to replace Hazel? So I don't need to repeat Hazel again and again, because it make it sound boring. Like repeating the same word again and again make it sound boring. So yes, there we can use pronouns in order to replace the noun Hazel. So children, in the English language there are a lot of different words that can be used to replace a noun or even a noun phrase. So such words are called pronouns. So like children, for instance, I can introduce my paragraph using the noun Hazel, and later suddenly I said something like I would like understand. I used to write this. I have to begin with the sentence with the word Hazel, with the noun Hazel, because I wouldn't understand if I will use pronoun here in the first line only. I wouldn't understand whom I am talking about. So in the first sentence, I will use the noun Hazel, and in other sentences, I'll use pronoun. Now let's see which pronoun I'll use. So now children, see the word she. Likes to read. She has read many books. She also writes books by herself. Now these underlined words, they are called pronouns because they are used in place of a noun. Now children, definition is given in your book. A pronoun is a word that is used in place of a noun to avoid repetition. So children, pronouns have number, that is singular and plural. Then it contains gender also, that is it could be masculine, feminine and neuter. And there is third part, that is case, nominative case, or it could be objective and possessive case, that we will learn later. So example is given in your book. You can see that also. That is Archana is a girl. Archana is in class 6. I gave Archana a book. Instead of writing Archana again and again, we can use a word in place of it, that is she. And in the third sentence, we can write I gave her a book. I gave Archana a book. I gave her a book. So children, these words, they have been used to avoid repetition of the word, the noun Archana. So there are certain rules for using pronouns, that each pronoun must be of the same number and gender as its noun. Now children, I have shown you the example, like Hazel is my friend, she likes to read. Now children, pronoun she is the, I have used this pronoun she over there, but it should agree. This Hazel is singular And the word pronoun that you are using, it should be also a singular. You cannot use they over here. They is also pronoun, but Azel is singular. So you have to use the same pronoun, means pronoun that is also a singular. Got it? Then again, it should agree in number also. It should agree in number. It should agree with number. Like I told you that we cannot use they over here. So the other thing is gender. You cannot change gender here. Azel is a girl, you have to use she here. You cannot use he. So it should agree in number as well as gender. So other thing, I have also told you that a pronoun should not be used unless its noun has been used first. Like in the example, I have told you that we have to mention Azel in the first sentence, and then we can write she and other pronouns that we want to use that are suitable. Okay. So here you have to understand that when you replace a noun with the pronoun, it should agree with the number and it should be appropriate in terms of gender also. The most important thing that we have to keep in mind is that the noun which a pronoun stands for is called its antecedent. Antecedent means the for what it is used. That pronoun is used for which noun. So like in example, he grabbed the ball and threw it in the air. So we are using it for ball. Ball is a noun and it is pronoun. So ball is the antecedent of it. Now let's begin with kinds of pronouns here. So we have personal pronouns. The very first kind is personal pronoun. Now here children, we have first person, second person and third person. I'll tell you what is first person, second person and third person. So like I, we, you, they, these are all called personal pronouns because they stand for three persons, that is first, second and third. Now first of all, I'll tell you about first person. All pronouns that are used for the person speaking, they are known as pronouns of the first person. Like example, I am Sudha. So I is the person who is speaking. So the pronoun used for that person is I. Okay. This photograph is mine. So mine is the first person here because these pronouns are used for the person speaking. Okay. Then we have second person. All pronouns that are used for the person spoken to, they are called pronouns of the second person. Let's take example. You are an intelligent student. Now these are used for the person spoken to, right? So you over here is a pronoun and it is used for the person spoken to. The third person is all pronouns that are used for the person spoken about. Like two persons who are talking about some other person. All pronouns that are used for that other person, like person spoken about, they are called pronouns of the third person. Like if I'll say they are cricket players. Now this is not a first person, not a second person. We are talking about some other persons, like the third person over here. They are cricket players. The principal rewarded her. The principal rewarded her. Now her is the pronoun of the third person. Pronoun of the third person. So in this personal pronouns, we have three, you can say the three parts over here, that is first person, second person and third person. Second category is compound personal pronouns. Now children, compound personal pronouns are formed by adding self to my, your, him, her or it. We add self to it. It is a combination of two words over here. Compound personal pronoun. My plus self is myself. Him plus self is himself. So it is two words are added and one word is formed. One compound personal pronoun is formed. Then we can add selves. We can add selves to our, your and them. Our plus selves, ourselves. Your plus selves, yourselves. Them plus self, themselves. Now the children, these compound personal pronouns, they are used in two ways. First is reflexive pronoun and the other is emphatic pronoun. Now emphatic pronoun we will discuss later. First of all, we will talk about reflexive pronoun here. The compound personal pronouns are called reflexive pronouns, children, when the action done by the subject turns back upon the subject. The action done by the subject reflects on the subject. It turns back upon the subject. Like example I'll take here. He hurt himself. He hurt himself. Now the action. Now here the action is done that reflects back on the subject, that is he over here. He hurt himself. So the action done, it reflects back on the subject itself.